Ladies and gentlemen, Five Guys with Big Thighs, brought to you by Five Guys Burgers and Fries, welcomes you live. We will be throwing the most recent weather, traffic, local stories, national stories, upcoming concerts, and movies right into your living room. My name is Ben the Clue Paternos, alongside Hayden the Dream Smith, and we are ready to rumble.
That's right, the Clue. By the way, please thank your grandma for the delicious sweet potatoes a couple weeks back. In the majestic United States today, according to an internet memo from FoxNews.com, the Department of Homeland Security is on a hiring spree for 1,000 full-time workers to carry out President Obama's executive actions on immigration. According to an internal memo, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services is hiring for 1,000 full-time positions at a new operational center in the Virginia suburbs of Washington, D.C. Many of the openings were posted the day after Obama announced he'll offer the work authorization and temporary legal status to up to 5 million illegal immigrants. While that move is now the subject of congressional and legal battles, the job postings indicate the administration was well prepared to quickly carry out the orders. Many of the job openings you listed on usajobs.gov and in the internal memo have expired, but more openings are expected to be announced. The positions range from special assistant to program analysis to immigration services officer and more. Salaries go as high as $157,000. That sounds like quite an opportunity for all the unemployed American citizens. Furthermore, in national news, 3 are killed in a plane versus house incident on December 8th in Gaithersburg, Maryland, a suburb of Washington, D.C. The house was crashed into around 11 a.m., setting itself on fire as well as 2 others. A 4th member from the plane is alive but not doing too hot. Many witnesses of the incident describe it as scary or "it gave me goosebumps." We do hope and pray that nobody was in the house and everything will be okay. Now for local news, I send it back to Ben the Clue Paternos. Ben?
Thanks, Hayden the Dream. Some recent local news now. During this holiday season, a lady has reminded us to take extra care of our packages that come in the mail. Denver police are urging people to be weary of their mail deliveries as the holidays approach, after a woman was caught on video stealing packages from the front porch of a home in Stapleton, Colorado. The woman wore a bandana around her head, a bright colored shirt, and light colored pants. Private video surveillance captured the woman driving up to the home, walking up to the house, and proceeding to take the packages. She scurried into her car, which was apparently a sedan, and left, with the tiny white dog seen in the window of the car. Denver police say stealing packages could be a crime on the rise, especially during this season. Several things can be done to hopefully prevent someone from stealing your mail packages. Putting deliveries out of plain public view, having the deliveries sent elsewhere, or planning exactly when the packages will arrive are some ideas. The Denver Police Department asks anyone with information to call Denver Police at 720-913-2000. Remain anonymous and call Crime Stoppers at 720-913-STOP 7867. Text to crimes 274637, then title DMCS, and enter the message or send an email to metrodenvercrimestoppers.com. Some more local news. A man by the name of Andres Sanchez Luevano has been charged with felony animal cruelty. Sanchez Luevano slammed his girlfriend's kitten onto the ground, killing it. What an abrupt and brutal end to a little kitten's life.
Poor kitten.
Andres Sanchez Luevano, a Denver man, was previously found guilty in 2010 of possessing burglary tools, and he was put on probation for 2 years. After Sanchez Luevano argued with his girlfriend and then slammed her cat to the floor, for several days he was a fugitive. He turned himself in when he felt pressure coming from the community. Apparently, the criminal has been released from jail on a $5,000 bond and is scheduled to appear in Denver County Court Tuesday to be advised of the charge against him. Now for some weather, we have in the booth David the Party Animal.
Thanks, Ben. We're looking at an entire cloudy week with a chance of precipitation at the end of it. This Monday will be partly cloudy with temperatures being around 44 degrees during the day and dropping down to around 23 degrees for the night. Tuesday will also be partly cloudy but with much warmer temperatures of 57 degrees during the day that will be falling down into the 30s at night. Wednesday will for the most part be like Tuesday but with slight temperature differences of only 1 or 2 degrees. This brings us up to Thursday, which will be slightly warmer with temperatures being around in the 60s during the day and moving down to the low 30s for the night. Friday will be the same as Thursday with slightly warmer temperatures. This Saturday will be cloudy with around 53 degrees with a 10% chance of sleet during the day. And as for the night, the temperature will drop to about 26 degrees. We'll have much cooler temperatures on Sunday, ranging in the high 30s, and it will drop down to the low 20s for the nightfall. There will also be a 10% chance of snow on Sunday, so students pray that you'll have a snow day or a delay. Thank you for listening. Now for a public service announcement on how to lift
One of the
weights.
best ways to maintain your fitness during this holiday season is by hitting the gym. However, without proper safety precautions, serious injury can result.
That is why we are here with some members from our news team to show you how to be safe in the weight room.
Whenever doing heavy lifting, use a spotter to watch the weight and make sure it does not fall and hurt the lifter. Whenever you are doing squats, set appropriate spot bars so that the weight does not hurt your legs if you drop it.
To avoid back injury in the weight room, use a weight belt when doing heavy lifts.
When these general rules are followed, safety and swollenness can be achieved.
Always be sure to have proper spots, and remember, never ever skip leg day.
To the station, Five Guys with Big Thighs welcomes you. This week in entertainment, new movies now playing in theaters. There's a lot of new releases this holiday season, but two must-see movies that topped the charts were Horrible Bosses 2 and Interstellar. Horrible Bosses 2, directed by Sean Anders, has an all-star cast of Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, Jennifer Aniston, and Jamie Foxx. When planning to start their own business, things don't go as planned when an investor prompts the trio into pulling off a kidnapping. Interstellar, directed by Christopher Nolan, stars Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway as a team of scientists travels through a wormhole in an attempt to find a planet to sustain humanity. Some new movies coming to theaters this week, like The Interview and The Gambler, were expected to be a hit in the box office. The Interview, starring the comedy duo Seth Rogen and James Franco, releases to theaters December 24th. And The Gambler, directed by Rupert Wyatt, stars the Oscar-awarded actor Mark Wahlberg in this intense thriller, also hitting theaters December 24th. That's all for this week in entertainment. Now back to you, Hayden and Ben.
Those sure look like some interesting and humorous movies, wouldn't you say, The Dream?
They do look like a good watch. I just may have to illegally torrent them to my laptop.
Now on to Dylan, the pineapple tape for sports.
Thanks, Ben. Hope that rash is treating you well. This weekend in college football, the semifinal matchups for the college football playoffs were unveiled Sunday. Top-seeded Alabama would take on number 4 seed Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl on January 1st. Number 2 Florida State, undefeated, will play number 3 Oregon in the Rose Bowl and also on New Year's Eve. The winners of these games will play on January 12th for the national championship. Baylor and TCU both denied a spot in the top 4 of the final college football playoff standings and settled for lesser bowl appearances. The Baylor Bears, 11-1, will play Michigan State 10-2 in the Cotton Bowl. TCU, 11-1, will play Ole Miss 9-3 in the Peach Bowl. In the Fiesta Bowl, Arizona 10-3 will play Boise State 11-2, while Mississippi State 10-2 and Georgia Tech 10-3 will play in the Orange Bowl. Now for the NFL. Here are some scores from Week 14. The Colts beat the Browns 25-24. The Panthers beat the Saints 41-10. Steelers beat the Bengals 42-21. The Cowboys beat the Bears 41-28. The Seahawks beat the Eagles 24-14. and the Broncos beat the Bills 24-17. Last night on Thursday Night Football, Week 15, the Rams lost to the Cardinals 12-6. Back to the Broncos game, Denver, who's 10-3, was able to hang on against Buffalo, who's 7-6, to stay perfect at home. Manning finished the game 14 of 20 passing with 2 interceptions, setting personal career lows of 51 games with at least 6 points scoring pass follows, 3 games short of all-time records set by New Orleans Saint quarterback Drew Brees. C.J. Anderson, on the other hand, had an amazing game. He rushed for 3 touchdowns. He would finish the game with 58 rushing yards on 21 carries. He also now has 5 total touchdowns over the last 3 games. Brandon McManus returned to the Broncos as their kickoff specialist after being cut before the Dolphins game last week. McManus put the ball in the end zone on every kick and recorded 4 touchbacks on 5 kickoffs. That's sports. Now to David the Party Animal with a traffic update. Party Animal. On March 4th, 2015, at the Colorado Springs World Arena, Brad Paisley and Parmalee will be having a concert. His tour is called Moonshine in the Trunk. Brad Paisley has released 10 studio albums, which are all certified gold or higher by the Recording Industry Association of America. He has scored 32 top 10 singles on the U.S. Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. He holds the record of the most consecutive singles, 10, reaching the top spot on the chart. Paisley has sold over 12 million albums and won 3 Grammy Awards, 14 Academy of Country Music Awards, 2 American Music Awards, and has earned the country's music's crowning achievement, becoming a member of the Grand Ole Opry. The songs that will be played at the concert from Brad Paisley are Perfect Storm, Southern Comfort Zone, Beat the Summer, The Mona Lisa, Remind Me, and Mud on the Tires. Tickets have already gone on sale, so get your tickets soon before they run out. Now back to Hayden and Ben.
That's all for our newscast today.
Thank you for tuning in to 5 Guys with Big Thighs December show.